I'm Brian Winnikins. We are at the Washington Watch Convention with the National Association of Farm Broadcasting in Washington, D.C. And thank you to Darylyn Equipment Services of Plainview, Minnesota and Woodville, Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Pork Association, Wisconsin Corn Growers, and the Wisconsin Farm Bureau Federation. We are at the National Pork Producers Council booth. I'm with Maria Zieba, and we are going to talk about some trade. Trade really is the big topic here in D.C. right now. And Maria, thanks for joining us. Well, first,
no problem.
Let's talk about trade. Obviously, the NAFTA negotiations have been going on. We keep hearing a little bit about, Trans-Pacific Partnership. We might be back in, we might be back out. Yeah. It's kind of like a tennis match, it seems like, with the administration here. Yeah. Tell us about some of the things that National Pork Producers Council are doing to help to try and move some of these trade issues forward.
Well, we are obviously very dependent on exports. We export over 25% of our production. So that makes us very unique in this atmosphere where we have to have successful conclusion of trade agreements, whether that's a renegotiation of NAFTA or Chorus, which we're very happy about. But we also need to engage on free trade agreements with other countries.
Now you mentioned 25% of trade for pork goes overseas, but that actually also translates down to Wisconsin corn growers or Wisconsin soybean growers, because they're providing the feed for those Iowa hogs that are going to China.
Yes, that's correct. It's all part of a supply chain, and we have to mention our trucker friends who are also, everyone is included in this. And the bottom line for our producers is it adds $53 to the price of each hog. And we are so dependent that we need to continue to be able to export to the 20 countries with which we have a free trade agreement with.
How concerned is the Pork Producers Council and the pork growers? I know the Wisconsin pork growers that I come in contact are very concerned about the situation in China. Mm-hmm. They're going to be a pawn potentially in a trade war. What are some of the things that National Pork Producers Council is doing to kind of help out with, get the message out to the administration that we can't have a trade war?
Well, we've been hearing a lot from our producers. They are very concerned. Obviously, they've seen how the markets have reacted. It's not all been positive, but we're working really diligently with the administration, and we're going to continue to engage both with the administration and the Hill, who both have a key and vital role to helping solve this dispute.
What should Wisconsin Pork Producer Association members, how can they help?
I think the biggest assistance that they could give is to talk to their friends and their families and their congressmen about the importance of trade to the industry, and like you mentioned, the supply chain. We are in a unique climate where trade is getting really a bad shake, and we need all the help we can get to talk to people and just give your story of the importance of trade to the industry.
Trade is the big topic here at Washington, D.C. We're Maria Zieba from the National Pork Producers Council. I'm Brian Winnikins in Washington, D.C. on Real Country 1430 WRDN.